Hello, mega exercisers. This is the muscle lady here to remind you to exercise your muscle.
#ExerciseYourMuscle.
So I'm so excited to be having a mega exerciser join us for this video. We've got Chef Evance in the house. Woo! So I'm so intrigued by this guy, guys, and you will know by the end of this video why I think he's just so phenomenal. So we're just gonna talk, to a normal mega exerciser. He's gonna just tell us how he's exercising his muscles, because there's more than one muscle in there. So welcome Chef Evance.
Thank you, Solo, and thank you again for choosing me for this exercise. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever you want to say goes.
I've been following you and I love what you do.
Thank you.
I'm happy to be here.
We're so happy to have you, right, mega exercisers? So before we start talking about the person you are right now, let's talk about what got you here. My objective of this series is to make everybody realize we all are capable of becoming who we were created to be, right? So that's what I want them to get after this conversation with you. A normal guy who is living and exercising everything that was placed in him. So who are you? I'm saying Chef Evance, who are you? Who is Evance? Who's Chef Evance?
Chef Evance was born in Costa.
Okay. On the
other
side of life.
Yeah, many months ago. And I think what I have that's so special is that I always think of the biggest things. And I normally told my friends that whenever I've got a picture, I do not concentrate on what's before me, like the steps that I have to take. I always have that picture like moving around in my head. So the obstacles, they do not seem like obstacles because my focus is mainly on the picture that I'm heading to. So Chef Evance or Evance, normally I call myself Evance. Yep. I think when it comes to Evance starting to cook is the fact that I grew up in a family where there were only ladies. My mother was the eldest and she had other 3 sisters. So whatever task we had to do in the house, it was shared amongst them. So growing up as kids of these 3 or 4 women, we had to also share in everything that was happening. So, but back in those days, I never cooked. I think what really inspired me to start cooking was I loved finer things. I love finer things. And
so what do you mean by finer things? Finer things it's subjective, I think. I could think papa ka peanut butter is finer things. So what do you mean by finer things?
I love things that other people or people of my own race would refer to them as things for white people. And even the things that I would dream of, my ideas on how to make it, on what ventures to start, and what companies to start, because I want to have several companies that would help me achieve the bigger picture that I'm eyeing. Like the things that I'm eyeing or the things that I talk about, most of my peers would think of them as things that are foreign to maybe in our communities. Exactly. So I've started I think when I was young. I remember I had this other cousin of mine and we would try to make music. The only concern or the only interest for us was to see ourselves in screens. And back in those days,
TV, we wanted to be on the big screen.
We wanted to see ourselves performing in the biggest stage. So, and back then we were just like little boys from a small community. And I can't say we were inspired by anyone within that community.
It's just the passion you
just
guys
the passion
had.
we had. So I've been that person who wanted to achieve more than like other people would seem to be impossible.
Let's step back. I think we're so forward in our conversation. We already at Evance, and by the way, your profession isn't only chef, right? You into finance. You studied accounting. Tell us about that. Like, who is this person? So we know you're a chef. You know you're a brilliant cook. So let's hear the numbers. How did that come about?
The funny story about like me choosing accounting was that when I left primary school, which was grade 7, we arrived in high school. So I had a crew which was always following me.
So what do you mean by you had a crew following you around?
In terms of academics, I was the smartest.
Oh.
So
the Einstein of the school.
Yes.
Okay.
So we were lined up in front of this one building, and people had to choose where they want to go. They started with the sciences to say whoever wants to do sciences should go this direction, history this direction, then commerce this way. And that time I didn't know anything about commerce. So I asked this person, what is that commerce students or commerce learners are going to do?
Yeah.
Then he indicated to us that you're going to work in a bank.
Money.
So the only reason that made me choose finance was because I wanted money.
Oh.
So I wanted a lot of money. So I thought that if you're working in a bank, you're going to have a lot of money. So
a lie told to most. Trust me, I'm from there.
So this crew of mine followed me. So that's how I started.
But then what made you stick with it? Because once, I'm sure you found out later, or didn't you know while you're studying that it doesn't necessarily mean money?
I think I was good in finance.
Oh, you enjoyed it. Okay.
I started enjoying subjects like business economics, which is referred to at a later stage now as business management. Business economics, economics, mathematics. I was good in maths also.
Okay.
And accounting. So, and I didn't need to study to pass all those subjects. So so I was comfortable, and I didn't.
Smart guy. Okay.
Comfortable. So, and when I was in grade 10, that's when I started knowing about a chartered accountant.
Okay.
So I always wanted something that's big. So I followed that path to say I want to be a chartered accountant. I still remember back then writing a letter. I'm having one of the nicest handwritings. So I took out a pen. I would buy newspapers.
So wait, then you didn't realize you're basically writing your vision down.
Yes.
What made you want to write it down?
I had a journal.
Oh, okay.
I used to have a journal, and I would note my plans on it.
Write your vision down. Write your dream down. Okay?
Exactly that. So whenever I bought a paper, then I would read, I would come across pages advertising services of accounting firms. So what I did, I would write letters to these accounting firms.
Oh my goodness.
Asking them to tell me more about this chartered accountant thing. I still remember one letter went to Deloitte.
So I
didn't type it. It was just...
Oh, but in your mind, you would write them a letter to explain to you what exactly they want in...
What is that?
Oh, what
actually is chartered accountant?
Oh, wow.
Because I went to a career fair in Rustenburg. I think I was in high school, grade 12. But the people who were giving information couldn't explain it. What exactly is a chartered accountant? See? So I would write letters. What made me stick into that fraternity maybe is because I would get responses. I remember receiving...
So you actually sent it out?
I sent it out. I would post it. I remember I got a response from Deloitte. I wanted a bursary. So they responded with a typed letter and referred me to their website. That time I didn't even know anything about
websites. Oh, wow, guys. So wait. That is so profound. So you wanted to be this extraordinary thing, you didn't know exactly what it is. You took the initiative, wrote the firm a letter to say, explain to me what this is. And they actually replied.
They replied.
So take a chance on what you want to be, but make the effort.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
One of the fascinating things, like I did when I was in tertiary, I think I was in my third year, I applied for a job or a training program at Daimler Chrysler in Germany. And they responded.
Wow, guys.
So these responses, they kept me going.
Oh,
But
wow.
only when I was in my fourth year, because I didn't pass all my modules on my third year.
Yeah.
That's when I started realizing that I don't think I want to work as an accountant my entire life. So that's what made me leave school and go find employment. And though I told myself that once I'm having money, I'm starting to earn something, then I'll follow like my path,
Wow.
my passion.
I just like that, write the vision down. We hear that so much. It could be in picture form. I like picture form. So whatever my dream would be, I have like a picture form or words there and there. But you actually wrote it down. This is and to get more information, you actually wrote out that letter to the firms and they responded, guys. Wow.
That was amazing.
Wow, Evans. But you know what? There's nothing... Life supports passion, and when you've got faith in something, God just blesses it. I'm a firm believer of that. So
I agree with you.
So wow. Okay, so then you finish studying or you go work, and then how do we get from there to here?
I think what happened, I started experimenting a lot, even when I was in tertiary. I think some of the guys from the floor I was staying in, like, they used to refer to me as Chef Booger.
Oh, so you were already cooking then
Yes,
already?
yes.
Oh, okay.
I knew how to cook when I went to varsity.
Okay.
And most of the guys cannot cook.
I'm sure they
Once
loved
they
you.
did, yes. But I never shared my food with most of the people.
But I'm sure the people who shared, they were your marketing agents.
Other than Babshias and a few guys that were surrounding me. And one of the things that I used to do, I would cook for ladies. I think from way back I used to cook for ladies, because ladies, I know with ladies I would get like proper response. Hence, when I started with this balcony chillers in Flagstone, I invited a lot of ladies.
Okay, so
taste my
they
meals.
don't know that you had a balcony, chillers on the balcony, right? So guys, please follow him on his Facebook page, right? You would see the most exquisite pictures of food that he's actually cooked, not store-bought. And was it like every Sunday, or how often did you have it, where you'd invite friends over on the balcony and then you would just cook?
What I used to do when I started the balcony chillers, I would, like, for instance, I would shop around a bottle of good wine. Once I've had that, but I would have several bottles shopped, like stored in my place. And once I've got a bottle that I want to taste, I'll think of a meal that's gonna match it. If it's a red wine, I would think of like meal that would go with it.
Oh.
Then once I've identified this meal, because I would normally go in YouTube, magazines, if I find something interesting or just an idea about something that I can cook, that's when I would set a date to say, I think on this particular day I would be available. But Sundays, I preferred Sundays the most. Then I would think of this one person and I would contact the person to come. Then they would, confirm their availability on that particular day. Then I would start cooking.
So guys, before you cook at the restaurant, start your balcony sessions. That's how you exercise and you get better at your skill, right? That's how you sharpening your pencil.
Yes.
So how do you sharpen it? Because, okay, fair enough, you're a chef. You mentioned you would Google some stuff, but also how do you sharpen the skill that you have?
I think what I normally do, I would try a meal. Then once I'm satisfied with the taste, I would go to a restaurant and try it there. And
Okay.
I'm
Wow.
so, for instance, when I started tasted my first taste of eggs Benedict, I prepared it myself, and
So you just follow a recipe,
yes,
or
yes.
okay?
So that taste of the poached egg, I had to make sure that that's the real taste that one has to get when you are eating it. So I went to Mug and Bean. Then I found the taste to be exactly the same. Your Hollandaise sauce, it was awesome. So
That's beyond me, my God.
so that's what I normally do. And I think what made me choose to start cooking like most of my meals is because I wanted to control what goes into my meal. Some of the ingredients that someone would use, I wouldn't like them, so I preferred what I
Hey
what I
now.
would put in. And I think to up to now, I'm not comfortable eating a lot from restaurants.
You make your own food. I mean,
make
if
my
you
own food.
you that good, so I don't blame you. Like,
So yeah, I think so I would start, and it's very rare that I mess
you go
up.
on. Yeah.
Yes. I think it's because of I've started way back. Even in tertiary, I used to cook. I used to cook.
Perfecting or
Yes.
exercising
And
this
every time I
muscle.
cook, I'm not even saying that I'm alone. So I just need to cook to eat. I make sure that I put a lot of effort into.
Even if it's just for yourself.
Yes, even if it's for myself.
Wow. So okay, tell me about this concept. So you said you follow my video, so you know exactly what this is all about. I believe that everybody has a talent or a gift that you're given to make your name or to live and flourish on earth, you know. So what's your understanding, or what's your thought on that, on the whole muscle or purpose? I know most people talk about purpose or gifts. What's your thought process around that? What do you think? That do you really believe that everybody has something to give, or do you think it's just a few? What's your thoughts on that?
Everybody has a gift.
Yeah.
And I think one person once, or it's an old code to say, most people are dead before they're even dead. Because of they're living the life that they do not like.
Yeah.
So the minute you start finding what actually you are here for, that's when you start living your life. That's when you start flourishing. And most people may look at whatever your purpose is as being silly.
Don't we?
Not everyone would like what you're gonna do. Hence, we find most students doing courses that they do not like. It's because of what they love, what they feel it's meant for them. Their parents are not supporting it.
Louder for the people at the back.
The parents are not supporting it, and even the community, they find it very strange to say, but why do you have to do that?
Acting.
Acting. You know, they would take all the negative things that are associated with whatever that you want to do and try to put them in front of you so that you change the direction, which is unfair.
And they impose their fear on you. Like, sometimes it's never been done. I mean, how far you think you're gonna get with this cooking? You know, they'll say such, and that kills your purpose or your dream, you know.
Hence, they're saying that do not share a lot about yourself. Do not put your ideas out there before they are rolling out. Before they are in action, because most people can kill an idea.
Yeah. Be careful of your association.
So be careful. Just give them a hint.
Okay, so that's the meaning.
Give them a hint. And, just put your actions out there.
Okay.
There's this one quote that I also like. It says, the world cares very little about what a human knows. It is what a human is able to do that counts.
Wow.
So whatever you put out there, the results. That's why most people, they get recognized a lot once they've started to achieve what they were planning back then.
So my concept for that is we only realize or see an exercised muscle. Nobody's gonna praise you while you're burning pots, or we praise you when we see that egg benedict or that special dish. Once you've exercised that muscle, that's when we can benefit firstly, and that's when we recognize you.
That's when you
know?
you get recognition.
Yes, and then it's easy. There's nothing
It's
you
easy.
need to do because you've been exercising it for so long.
Yes.
I think the key is just that persistence, because persistence is tough, guys. If we're
It is,
honest,
it is.
Consistency and persistence is tough.
It requires discipline. And what I've learned about cooking also, you can use like leftovers to do some of the exciting dishes. But again, in order for you to get the nicest dish out there, you need to use great ingredients. And one thing that I've also realized whilst I was cooking was that most of the dishes were discovered by accident. They were meant for someone came with an idea of mixing things together because of maybe they couldn't afford something. Then, like for instance, in like when we're in tertiary, eating rice with scrambled eggs used to be looked at as if
I was
it's
one
poverty.
of those people who looked at like
So,
eggs and
but when you look around, when you try, it's a dish.
yeah,
We've got what you call fried rice.
yeah, and it's
And
good.
fried rice has to have scrambled eggs. So most of those dishes, like they come from leftovers. Most
Oh,
of the
wow.
exciting dishes, they come from leftovers.
Oh wow.
So I think, and cooking also made me start to like dig into other cultures, races. Like you try to learn a lot about other parts of the world, because one of my favorite dish, like shakshuka, it's an Eastern cuisine.
Okay.
So it's entirely a vegetarian dish, because
Okay.
you're using your tomatoes, your onions, your peppers. It's entirely like a vegetarian or a vegan
Yeah.
dish. So I think discovering a lot about these dishes makes me want to learn a lot about like certain tribes, certain like religions, certain like group of people.
When you cook, how do you feel? What happens when you're cooking? Like,
Cooking, like, I feel.
why do you cook?
Like when I'm home, I normally prefer to be alone. So when I'm cooking, it gives me some sort of a space to celebrate, to celebrate my talent, like the muscles that I'm having. It's the same as being a singer. Most people prefer singing when they are taking a shower. Then they sing to like their lungs out. So when I'm cooking also, I want to to bring out this special dish that's gonna be very catchy, and that's gonna make someone want to have it, all of it, without even asking what's in it. I've started like learning to do that, and it's art. Cooking is art.
Yeah.
Because you need to the thought process behind finding, like, having that final dish.
So, okay, at least nowadays we've got a lot more male chef, right? Growing up, weren't you teased like, woman should be in the kitchen? What kind of a man is this? Didn't you get that? Especially people who don't understand. We spoke now earlier about parents or your community who speaks down on your gift. Didn't you get that growing up? Or varsity is okay. I'm sure they didn't mind in varsity because you were cooking for them and they didn't mind food. But weren't they calling you names?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Like I grew up in a household whereby cleaning, it was not a gender-based role. Cooking wasn't a gender-based role. So I grew up in a clean environment. Hence, it was tough for me to go out there and eat from another household because I was used to the cleanliness at home. And when I grew up like that. I went to varsity. I was as clean as that. So that,
Wow.
like you indicated, it makes people to think of you otherwise. I've been somehow referred to be like maybe I'm gay or something.
Yes.
But
how do you push through that? Because I know there's a lot of people, what your talent is, but one thing keeping you back is that name calling, the shame that comes with it. You get some brilliant dancers, and it might be seen as female dance. I think, how did you break through that? Because we want to know so that other people who are finding themselves in that space can find comfort, in how do you break through that noise? You're gay. Only women should be in the kitchen. Something is wrong. How do you filter through that?
I think it's one of the most difficult things to do. But once you start enjoying your own company, I'm not saying you shouldn't have friends, but your friends should know where you stand and they should respect you. Once you get people who do not respect you, people who do not respect your space, you're going to be easily swayed. So I grew up as a person who was independent, even from home.
Okay.
Like even if I didn't like something, I wouldn't be forced. Like I grew up being selective on what I should eat and not. I grew up hating pasta. I grew up not eating cabbage. Like of late,
You didn't eat John 14, but okay, I'll reload that.
Yes,
I didn't know it's called John 14.
John 14. But I started eating cabbage, I think, when I was in like grade 11, grade 12.
Oh, wow.
But now it's one of my favorite, like veggies. So if people do not respect you for who you are and for what you want, then there's no need for you to keep them in your life. So I'm that person. It's me first, then the rest should follow. If you want to be my friend, or you want to be around me, even it doesn't matter whether you have family or not. But if you're not gonna respect me, you're not gonna respect my decisions, then there's no way I should listen to you. There's no way I should keep you in my
because
circle.
it's killing that
It's
gift
killing-
that
yes,
you're nurturing.
yes. And in most cases, the people who are gonna believe in you, it's random people you come across,
So true.
So I think that's how I managed to maneuver through all that, and it's a difficult thing to do. They in one of the books that I'm reading, they're indicating that the feeling to be appreciated, it's something else. We all envy to be appreciated. Hence, a lot of people want to be affirmed. You want to know whether is this that I'm doing, will it be well received? How will the community react to it and all that? Be this person who stands out. So it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But reading a lot, I think, helped me to overcome all those things.
Yeah, to fight for this passion of yours.
Fight for your sport.
Yeah.
Fight for your sport.
Fight for your spot. I like that. Wow, okay. So, what would you say to other people who probably have a similar gift as yours, who love cooking and are good at it, but they haven't really realized that this is actually a gift? One thing we spoke about earlier is that we must look our gifts because it's such a simple thing. So what would you say? Like, remember back then when you didn't think this is actually a gift to where you are now? Because I truly believe that you do believe that this is a gift.
It is a gift.
And you, I think you're in a spot where it doesn't matter who says what. What you're receiving is constructive criticism. Like you say, you have people who are going to give you feedback of your food. So what would you say to people who are still starting out? Unsure, should I really try this out?
I think people should follow what they love. Passion, like if you want to be a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, I want to have money. That I won't lie. I want to.
That's why you did CA.
So, I think one thing that I've learned also is that if you want to be successful,
Mm-hmm.
do something that you're passionate about, because it will not look like a job to you.
And that's your gift.
And when the money is coming in, you're not even gonna realize that money is coming in. You'll be focused in delivering the best all the time.
So true.
So I think focusing on your craft, finding the right tools, that's something that I'm still looking at.
So what do you mean by finding the right tools? That sounds interesting.
Your choice of tools of trade. You can't come with like a pot that's gonna easily bend the food and want to make this excellent cuisine out of it.
Oh wow. So invest in your gift.
Invest, nurture it, go extra mile.
Wow.
Read. So far I haven't attended any formal training like relating to cooking. I moved to Pretoria to start doing that because I want to find tune and work on this.
So your gift has landed you on the other side of life.
That's one reason I'm here. And my day-to-day job will find this dream, but the dream, it's not mainly in cooking.
Yes, tell us about that, because chef is just one of the muscles that you are exercising. And then tell us about your other muscles and how you finding the balance.
I think, like I indicated, you need to do what you love.
Okay, so it's all that you love.
And those who are surrounding you, those who are your everyday people, they should also supporting you, like in terms of when I tell you that I've got a golf game, because one of the things that I'm doing, I play golf.
Yes.
And from the golf games that I've played, I've met people who are gonna be enablers to some of my gifts. So find an environment that's gonna also help you push through. If you want to achieve certain things, if it means that you need to change the environment, do so.
Wow. Don't rush through that. Please repeat that. Wow.
So you need to find yourself in an environment that's gonna also bring the best out of you. So in golf, that's what I've discovered. I love working with people.
What got you into golf? How did you get into golf?
I love finer things, and I believe that I'm gonna be a multimillionaire. And I wanted to see what is that's special about this sport. And I think again, I like I indicated, I'm this one person who's also reserved. Like if I choose to be alone, I want something that I can do that's only gonna require me. So with golf, it's unlike soccer whereby you need 11 people before you can start playing. With golf, I can go to the golf course and play alone. I can call 4 people and we make a team and we play. So I wanted something that's not gonna restrict me from performing it and wait for other people, because people will disappoint you. So I wanted something that I would be able to control, what I want to do, when and how.
Oh my. Okay. Sure. Wow, guys. So I'm stuck on what you just said earlier, change the environment that will enable those gifts also to flourish. That is so, so important. And it doesn't necessarily mean fight. It just sometimes just means, like you were talking about, friends or your support system should support or help you, enable you to exercise your muscle. So it's be specific.
Yeah, be specific. It's the same as they say that when you're praying, tell God exactly what you want. He already knows what you want, but be specific. Be specific. So the same with golf. You I like this one quote also. It says, luck is when preparedness meets opportunity.
Yes.
So if you want to, I think that's why I joined golf also. I wanted to meet all these people.
Oh my.
They're saying that golf is where business is being negotiated. Most of the people, they say, nah, that's not true. but it depends on who you are.
Oh,
And your appearance also has to count. You can't go to a golf course and look like you are there to beg.
Take yourself serious.
Take yourself serious.
Wow, guys.
Steve Harvey once said that your appearance is your business card. People are going to be more keen to talk to you based only on your appearance.
Wow.
They may not know whether you are a level-headed individual or what. The first thing they see about you is your appearance. Use that. When you knock in somebody's door, when they open the door, they should see that this person I can work with. You shouldn't look like I'm here to ask.
Wow. Wow.
Look like you own the bank.
Wow.
Even if you don't have anything. So,
Sure.
these are some of the things that I've been trying to work on. My appearance, your name, your brand, like how you appear to people. People should, I told this other lady that people shouldn't give you respect because of the work that you do, your title at work and your title in the community. But by just looking at you and what you've told them, your appearance, your presence, people should keep on asking, who is that guy?
There should be a difference when you step into the room.
Once you've spoken to some of those people, others should ask, we also want to meet this gentleman, this lady. So create that. And it's not easy because you need to be bold. You need to believe in yourself first, and you need to work hard on doing that. Know the environment that you're in. What is that you can benefit from? Other people like they reap benefits easily because of they're coming from families that are well connected,
where the environment is set for them.
When they enter the room, already their names, their parents' names are all already there. So in order for you to fit in such spaces, you need to work hard. If you are coming from a background that's not like theirs, you need to work hard and be smart. Use everything to their advantage.
And what I'm getting from all of this, don't settle for where you are.
Don't settle for where
Have a big picture. Golfer. I mean, come on. Who would think from Koster, guys? Koster, Northwest.
Yes, Northwest.
Yeah, I see that sign as we drive into Rustenburg.
They call it the small dorpy.
Wow.
Small dorpy.
So let's think that there's a child called Koster who will bump into this years from now. Not even Koster, wherever. How do they dream big? Because one thing I'm getting a lot from people is when I'm talking about exercising your muscle and you're talking to a hungry person, it's different, right? Because a hungry person is just thinking, I want to fill my stomach, I want to survive. But if they knew the secret to more than just filling your mind is believing in what you were given, you're going to have more than feeding your. So how do you talk to that person? Could just not be a child, somebody our age who's stuck.
Information is important, and how you use it also is instrumental. Like find things that you're good at. That's the first thing. And I've indicated that when you walk into a room, your presence should be felt. Also read. Like one of the books that I'm reading, it indicates that in order for you to be accepted, in order for people to listen to you, always be, what do they call it? They call it like be a great listener. And once you're a great listener, like reap as much as you can from the conversation that you're having with people, and always try to find a common ground. People should know that you are informed. People are more interested in people who are informed.
Okay.
Don't knock into my door and I'm asking you about something that's relating to what you want, something in general, and you can't even give me an answer right away. So find a common ground, more especially if you want a certain environment, you want to be a player in a certain environment. Find a common ground. Know what these people are talking about.
So I hear you. How do we still break free that person at home who's stuck? When you're desperate or you're hungry, you feel stuck. I can never break away from this environment. We poor Kohai. This is how it will always be. Like, how do we get that person to believe that you've got greatness in you? that gift, it's there to help you and the people around you. Like, how do we speak to that person?
One of the most, I think, destroying things or technique one would use is to lock yourself in a room and not wanting to see people. And people are like selective when it comes to what they want to do. You know, when I finished, after completing my degree, I went back home. I didn't have anything to do, so I worked at a local pharmacy. And what I did there was to clean the shelves, and I started being promoted to packing medication, you know, like things like that. And I ended up being like some sort of a stock controller. You know, I was able to do some of the admin work, but I did that just to keep myself busy. And idly mind is dangerous. You know, don't lock yourself away from people also. That's very important.
Wow.
If you're gonna use your situation for people to pity you, you're going to have it hard. Go out there. I just indicated that your preparedness, when it meets the opportunity, that's when luck comes in. You will never know who's looking at you when you are out there doing something that other people find it to be like a dirty job or something like that.
Wow.
So
man.
Going out there, interacting, it doesn't matter. So long as you've got your dream, you've got everything that you want to somewhere in your mind or in your book, and you know that one day you're gonna go there. And if it becomes difficult or you find it hard to get to that at that particular time, you know, don't be frustrated. Accept the situation, accept where you are.
Okay.
Be grateful that you are there, you're still breathing.
Yeah.
You know, be thankful.
Yeah.
You know,
gratitude opens up your mind.
And I know how it's like not to having what you want in life or not having money to achieve certain things. So it's one of those things. Do not lock yourself away from people. Go out there, interact. People, like most spaces that you go into, people will not just accept you right away. When I started breaking into certain circles of golf, like joining other people, I felt like I was rejected.
Wow.
You know, I felt like I was rejected. Like a close friend of mine, I used to tell him, no, those guys, they didn't take me serious. They didn't include me in the list that's going to play on Sunday. You know, I used to have everything. Like every time I would complain about it. But then I realized that I need to claim my spot.
Yeah. Nobody owes you
I
anything.
need to claim my spot.
You must claim
they
it.
need to know that I've arrived.
Take yourself seriously and they will.
As you speak right now, like whenever there's a game and I'm not responding to an invitation, they would pick up a phone and call me.
Wow. Because you were adamant, this is my spot.
This is my spot.
Wow, guys. Same with your gift. Guys, you're given this gift to make your spot in the world, right? Nobody hands it over to you on a silver platter. Even if you are from a rich family, your gift, nobody hands over to you. You need to work it. You need to claim your spot and not make excuses for the environment that you're in.
That's exactly.
Wow. Jeez. And tell us about, okay, so now we know you're a golfer, you're a chef. What are your dreams? You've mentioned that you're a big dreamer. Can you talk to us about some of the big dreams that you're working towards now? What's going on in your mind?
At the moment, I think the biggest thing I want to achieve is to have an institution that an education institution, like educational institution, IT related, IT and business related.
Okay.
And the investment firm that will invest in several commodities out there.
So when you first got this idea, didn't you laugh at yourself and think, oh, what? Me?
Not really.
Or are you at that point where any big idea is like, yeah, I can do that. We can do that.
I think the good thing about me is that I never doubted myself.
Oh, wow.
Mainly, I want to help kids from my hometown, and to achieve and have a better life. Because one thing that I've realized is that how you build a community is by being the light. You may not change like everything by yourself, but being positive and having people looking up to you. Not everybody's gonna like you, but it's important that we hand over the baton and we assist those that are coming. So we do have those that are having talent back where we come from, but unfortunately they don't have resources. They don't have like people who can guide them. I'm playing golf. I'm not good at golf. I'm not that good, but like having golf clinics, it might inspire the younger generation, because an idle mind is dangerous. So it's a lot what I'm saying now, but I think if I start small, and maybe yourself also, I would love to have you in my community,
I
just
would
to
enjoy that.
to be part of the programs that I will be having to assist the young ones, the youth, and all that.
No, education is really close to my heart, especially the young generation. My cry is for them to realize from a young age. I mean, imagine if you knew what you knew when you were young. Where would you be right now? If I knew back then in primary school that I have a talent, a gift that I can give to the world, if I started exercising then, I think I'd be further. But we thank God we've realized it and we are where we are. So to cut time for the young generation to waste, I'm a firm believer in educate and pay it forward, man. That's why we're here, to benefit from each other. And the next generation shouldn't do it as long as we did.
Exactly.
Should cut, and every generation should cut that learning process. They should just
they should just have the runway ready for them, and they should just start
we
running.
should pave the way for the next generation. Definitely, I'm a firm believer in that. My goodness, I have so enjoyed knowing about you, learning about you, and how you exercising your muscle. And the truths I got from your story basically is, you are given this talent. Create your space, own it. Nobody's gonna give it to you. Own it. And one thing to stay away from, or to try and prevent depression or your talent dying, is don't close yourself in.
Yes.
Fight for your life, interact as much as you want to stay alone. Do something, keep busy. You said an idle mind is a dangerous place to be. So keep busy. If it means finding a job at the local store, cleaning the shelves, it's a beginning, like you did,
Yes.
So if you're finding yourself where you're not believing in this talent thing that I talk about, do something and it will unlock the next stage and your talent.
Definitely. Don't wait for people to knock on your door.
Create your own door.
Create your own door.
Yeah.
And do not envy what other people are doing. You'd rather learn from them. If you see that someone is doing something good, take what is good from this person.
Chef. Jeez, man. Thank you so much. I don't want to take up more of your time. I so appreciate your time. I thank you for this. I don't think you know the impact this is gonna have. I don't even know the impact this is having or gonna have. I see myself, I watch people's videos 10 years ago that are changing my life right now. So this story is gonna impact so many lives, and I'm grateful that you are willing to tell, to give your secrets, and to just help people realize their gift and help them exercise it. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
#ExerciseYourMuscle.
Thank you for watching this video. I truly value you. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you will be notified whenever a new video comes out. Click here for the series on sharpening your pencil, and remember to exercise your muscle.